Today we're getting our nuclear fuel rod factory up and running so that we can power all of our nuclear reactors. And also, you guys will help me decide what we do with all the power in the world. Hello everyone, I'm Kibitz and welcome back to Satisfactory, where last time we got started on our new nuclear power plant, which will soon solve all of our power needs forever. And hopefully, we'll actually be able to complete this project today. But oh my gosh, I got the most wholesome comment on the last video when we started this. And it was someone just like, Kibitz, this is so much work for one nuclear power plant that only provides 2,500 megawatts. Why are you doing this? And like, I've been a YouTuber for a while, right? I can tell when someone's being like, genuine, I suppose you could say. And I could tell this person was being very wholesome, like, oh Kibitz, don't make yourself do this kind of thing. And it's kind of my own fault, because I didn't explain last time that this is not just gonna run one nuclear power plant. Oh no. We're gonna be running over 24 nuclear power plants with this. But aside from that power plant comment though, there are also so many telling me to check the MAAM. And honestly, I can't believe I haven't checked it yet. Such a good idea. So let's see if there's anything new. Hard drive. Okay. I'll be perfectly honest, I'm kind of shocked. We can't research the crystal oscillator? Why is it blanked out for me? What if we just tried to drag it in? No? Okay. And also, raw quartz is in here twice, apparently? Yeah, why is that? I guess that's just an experimental kind of build type thing. I don't know. And also, I had grabbed the uranium, the nuclear waste, and all that kind of stuff, so it would appear in here right now. So yeah, I guess it's just an experimental build thing. Anyway, there are probably some alternate recipes though. So let's throw a hard drive into it and see if we can get one of those. So bada boom and research. And we'll come back to that in a bit, because we have to get right to work here on our nuclear plant. So if you missed last episode or just want a quick refresh, we need a ton of stuff to get this thing running. Mainly the nuclear fuel rods, which require the cells, encased industrial beams, and electromagnetic control rods. And long story short, every machine here represents a different processing line that we have to make in order to make those rods. Though last time, we did finish off the uranium cell line, so this one is gone. All of our steel production was dealt with, along with the steel pipes and the concrete. So we've made a little bit of progress, but we still have a long way to go. Okay, so the new floor is in and we are ready to begin. And also, before we begin, I just stepped away for a moment and restarted my game, and guess what? There is an update. Mainly, it has an optimization pass, which finally makes the experimental build, like, playable for me. Like, it's still a little stuttery, but for the longest time, or since it was released, oh my gosh, the lag was 100 times worse. 100 times worse. So I am very, very pleased that it seems to be a lot smoother now. Also, on the note of the new update, they changed the conveyor belts so the Mark IV can carry 480 resources per minute, and the Mark V can carry 780. Well, that's all for later. Nuclear power is now. And with the new floor, I was trying to stick with our initial plan of having this kind of look good, because we're using the overflow method for this entire plant. So we have a lot of room to kind of decorate and make things look nice. So yeah, the second floor has a nice little balcony. Have a dedicated space just for bringing lines up and down right over here. And we have this grand opening in the beginning so that when we go through the front door here, things look cool. Oh, and then off in the corner here, there's just a nice 3x3 cube, because this is where the nuclear stuff is all gonna be going up and down, and I don't really wanna have that throughout the rest of the factory. So we're gonna keep it contained over here. Anyway, let's get to building. Let's start with something easy first. We need encased industrial beams. And we're gonna need, let me check my notes. Oh, only 18 per minute. And that's just gonna be 3 assemblers. And of course, the beams are made out of the concrete and steel pipes. With the concrete, I separated 4 constructors here, just to supply the encased beam area. And then with the steel pipes, we need 108 per minute. Oh man, dang, that's actually gonna be 8 of these. Okay, well then this is actually pretty easy. So I just cut the line there, and these 8 will be going upstairs. So conveyor lift, are you gonna reach? Oh, I see how it is. Okay. We just go a little bit further then, and then we bring it on up. There we go. And now we just have everything enter the assemblers. And that's like 1 project done. Dang. We're gonna fly through this, man. Fly through this. Well, I say this is gonna be really easy, but we still have quite a bit more to do, and this was the easiest line to get started with. So with one easy one out of the way, let's go to a more difficult line. Our quick wire and wire. So we have our copper on that line, our deuterium there, and then our rubber for later right there. So let's just hook it up, and we're gonna have to bring it up to this next floor here. So there we go. There we go. And it's coming to these 2. Yep. And then just straight ahead then to these walls. So there we go. And this room's actually looking so cool, by the way. Really happy I left this space open. Very, very awesome. Very, very awesome indeed. Now then, to the smelteries with this garbage. We have to smelt it all up and then put it all together. So we need, how much wire? We need 800, what? 855 normal wire and 990 quick wire? Okay, yeah, I checked my math, and the wire and the quick wire is probably gonna take up this whole floor now, because we need 15 smelters just to smelt things, and then just dozens of constructors to actually put it all together. Oh man, this is gonna be a wild one. Okay, well, the smelters are in, and I actually managed to condense them pretty well, just into this corner there, and just a little space over there. But now comes the fun part. We are going to need 11 assemblers for the quick wire, and then, oh my god, constructors for wire? 19 constructors just for wire. Okay. I know there's 24, what are they called, constructors beneath here. So 19 should definitely fit in this space. As for the assemblers, I guess I could try and do some kind of weird, like, L-shaped thing over here. And maybe we can fit them in like that. So I guess then we'll just get started with the big meme over here. Start building our constructors for the wire. And then once we know how much space this takes up, that'll tell us how much space we have to work with for the assemblers. Okay, actually, this is working out a lot better than expected. I have the 19 constructors all right there, and we have plenty of space for the assemblers. Like, in fact, I could probably just line them up around here, and we'll be good to go. Oh, we got so close. So I managed to fit 8 assemblers in here, and I could have probably fit another 2 there, an extra one there, but then, I don't think it would look very good. So instead, I just threw some power shards into some of the assemblers, and now we have our 990 quick wire per minute. So we're all good. And also, I used some of the Mark 6 belts here for the first time ever. I think, aside from our airport, because each of these produce up to 495 quick wire per minute, like each group of 5. So yeah, had to use the next tier up, and we're off to the races. So with that, I think I just hook this up. These machines start functioning, and we are ready to move on to the next floor. Yeah, I think so. I think so. Holy snap, dude. Relax. Oh, this one's on 200%. That's why it's acting all crazy. Dang. Moving and grooving beyond belief. So yeah, though, we do have our quick wire. We have our normal wire. And we have our encased beams. And since we're out of space, let's move on. So really quickly, before we start the next floor here, let's check the MAAM and see if we got any interesting alternate recipes. So, quick wire circuit boards. Okay. Wait, 6 iron ore, 2 sulfur, and 1 coal for black powder. Okay, hold up. All these are really weird and confusing. So for the circuit boards, the original recipe is just normal wire in plastic. So that'd throw quick wire into the mix here. And yeah, no, that's kind of bad. Then the black powder recipe, uses 2 sulfur and 1 coal right now. Whereas the alternate is 2 coal and 1 sulfur, so that's way better. Not that it really matters though. Then finally, our steel recipe right now uses 3 iron ingots and 6 coal to make 6 steel a minute. Whereas the alternate uses 6 raw iron and only 3 coal to make 6. So that is like significantly better, in my opinion anyway. So I guess we'll just pick that up. Cool. And just for fun, let's throw another one in and see if we can get something cool a little later on. Alright though, we have ourselves another clean slate to get moving and grooving with again. So now with the quick wire, encased beams, and the normal wire done, we can move on to the next tier of items, which will be circuit boards. And what else do we have? We have stators and AI limiters. And this is all gonna be using assemblers for this floor, so that's gonna be kinda convenient. And also, I kinda filled in the area in the middle here, just because I didn't want it to be too tall. Might be a little weird. So, yep, gives us quite a bit more room to work with, and we can organize things a lot better. So for example here, like I could just put a wall down right here. There we go. This whole area is now dedicated to circuit boards. You see where I'm going with this? I can just put another wall, probably right here. This middle area now can be used for something else, and then another thing on the end. And yeah, we'll kind of make our way from right to left, filling in all the machines we have to. First one definitely being the circuit boards though, because we need to bring that up through our bus here. So there's all the rubber. This is all the rubber we're gonna need. It's gonna come up this way and right to here. Excellent. So there's the rubber, and then the only other thing we need is wire. And I just skirted it all the way across the factory on the lower level, right up to here, right beside the plastic. And now we're set. All we have to do at this point is set up just 8 assemblers, and our circuit boards are done. All right though, all hooked up. Circuit boards for days now, and okay. Belts are a little wild. Looks very, very strange. In a good way though. And now we have all the circuit boards we need for the AI limiters. So let's build that in the next room. So I guess we can just have the wall like here. Yeah, that seems to work. Then we'll see how big the next room gets. Because we're gonna need a total of 11 assemblers for the AI limiters, so we can get 55 per minute. 55 AI limiters. That is almost as many as we're producing in our actual base. Crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. Oh yeah, and we're gonna need all of the quick wire too. So is that just down here? Literally the next tile over. There we go. So I guess we'll have 2, this is gonna be kind of weird. Because with the quick wire, we can't fit it all on one line. We're producing 990 per minute, and our highest belt goes to 780. And it has to go into 11 assemblers. Okay, we're gonna do something a little weird, a little wild. But we're gonna have 2 rows of 5, and then 1 in the center. So all of the items will filter through this one first, and then split off into the 2 rows of 5. And hopefully this way we can keep things even and not have to do any load balancer madness. Well, I gotta admit, it's a very unorthodox method of doing things, but dang, if that is not the best production line setup I have ever seen. Absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. So now we have all of the AI limiters we need. And check this out, this is what I did back here, but, oh, I forgot to connect a line. That's what I did. Very smart, Kibitz. Very smart indeed. But no, I have both of the quick wire lines coming up, splitting together into a merger here, and then that enters this one machine, and then it also splits off to the other side into 1 row of 5, and then same thing on the other side. As for the circuit boards, they're just coming in, they're splitting once, then they split again, and just like the quick wire, they merge for this central machine. So it overflows extremely fast, especially when it's actually not producing things, like, whew. But yep, we're good on the limiters now too. Now there's only 1 more production line I want to add on this floor, and we have all the space in the world to do it. But we just need, how many was it? 7 assemblers for stators. And that's that. And by now, I'm sure you guys are kind of getting the picture. We bring stuff up, we put it in an assembler, and out pops our items that we need. And now, actually, I think, yeah, we're ready to make the electromagnetic control rods and the nuclear fuel rods. Okay, so moving forward kind of quick here, we're on the next floor now, and I copied the AI limiter setup to make our nuclear control rods, or sorry, electromagnetic control rods. And these take the stators and the AI limiters. And like, I could go over the setup, but honestly, we have made so many of these production lines this episode, it's like, okay, Kibs, I get it, relax. So that's why I just wanted to build this and kind of move on. Because now, there's only 1 more thing we need, and that is the nuclear fuel rods themselves. So we're gonna be building them in manufacturers. They are kind of interesting to make. The uranium cells, encased beams, and the control rods. And we have all these. The thing is though, we need 13 manufacturers for the nuclear fuel rod production. So this is gonna be something akin to like a beast level machine. So this isn't like our biggest machine ever, but it's definitely still extremely large. And also we're using the overflow method, so it's gonna be kind of weird. In fact, it's gonna be really weird, because I haven't built a manufacturing area using that method before. Might be easier, might be more difficult. I don't know. One option I'm thinking is just combining all of the items together into 1 line, and then just having it snake through like a bunch of manufacturers with smart splitters, just putting the stuff into each machine that's necessary. So like we'd have like 3 manufacturers in a row like so, line up what would be a bunch of smart splitters, and then just have it go around, and then off to the next row of manufacturers. And it could kind of like zigzag like that, up a couple floors, and we'd be done. Unfortunately though, a system like that would overflow extremely fast and clog the whole system up. Like, say if the encased industrial beams filled up in 1 machine, it might just fill up the entire supply line. So a system like that won't work right now. But then of course we can stack splitters now, so like, could it just be this simple, like stacking 3 up like that? And then would this reach? Like it'd come out the side here, like we'd have the encased beams, the uranium cells, and the electro thingies. Would this just work? Yeah. Actually, it would. Dang, it's just too simple, man. It's just too simple with the stackable splitters. then really it's just gonna be a matter of trying to fit as many manufacturers as possible into this space. And like ideally, we could get 7 in this area, and then we just stack another 6 on top, but I guess we'll kinda see. Alright, so small change of plans here, but I just used power shards in some of the manufacturers, and we're good to go. So now, each of these, 6 in this bundle, is at 200%, and we just have one at 100%. So that is essentially 13 manufacturers, and we will be producing 5.2 nuclear fuel rods per minute. Yes indeed, yes indeed. And they will all go into that box. So this one box will have all of the power for our factory. Well, I guess technically speaking then, this one box will have all of the power in the world. So you know, that's pretty cool. Anyway, we only have one more thing to do, and that is bring over the radioactive material. So all we need are the uranium cells in these things, and they will start producing the nuclear fuel rods. So to get the uranium cells going, we need to bring uranium to this facility through the back door here. So the uranium will come in, it will go into this row of assemblers that will make the cells. The cells then travel up here and go to the manufacturers. So let's zip up our hazmat suit and get that radioactive goodness. So there's our hazmat suit, our filters, only 23 though. Probably gonna want a couple more of those. So I'll build them, and also, since we're back at base, I guess we'll check the MAAM and see what our hard drive had. So what do we got? Whoa, no! Wait, no, this is wait, what? What is this? A radio control unit? Okay, well, we literally just automated that, so a little late there. Okay, though. Wait, no, what? Radio control, no, we haven't made this. This is for the turbo motors, and it uses supercomputers. What? What? Yeah, I am really leaning towards this, because once our supercomputers are done, like, we are going to have an absolute ton of them. So that could be useful. And then also, the electromagnetic control rod, we literally just automated this, so we are not going to need this recipe, and I don't even really care for it either, so whatever. And then turning deuterium into wire? Yeah, that absolutely not. We are not going to use that, so I guess this is the only option. Very, very interesting, though. Very, very interesting indeed. That definitely will be important in the future. But now, it is time to get the uranium. So, I've gone ahead and I've upgraded this entire line to the new Mark 6 belts, and that goes all the way back to our nuclear power plant. So, all we have to do is connect this last line, and that'll start the ball rolling. So let's zip up, and let's get this thing turned on. So lots of radiation, cool. Can we shift click these in today? No. It's really weird. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. I guess today it doesn't want to work. So let's just add them in ourselves. And at 300%, this will now produce 600 uranium per minute. Perfect. Okay though, let's hook this up, and let's rock and roll. Oh my gosh. So fast. So furious. So radioactive. Ooh, look at it all go. Okay, let's hurry back. I want to see this stuff in action. Oh, and super quick, let's grab our other nuclear fuel rods that we made before. And there goes the uranium. Beautiful. Ooh, that's getting radioactive. It's getting spicy. Getting spicy. Oh my gosh, did they change that? It's so glowy now. Very spooky, very spooky. And I think it's less radioactive in general. Oh no, it super is. Oh my gosh, is this whole room radioactive? How far do I have to be away from it? This is all right. Okay, no. So it's pretty isolated, it's pretty good. Oh, they're already speeding. They're moving, they're grooving. Beautiful. Beautiful. Slowly but surely. Is this good? Wait, this is radioactive now, isn't it? Oh, it isn't. Oh, I thought once the cells entered these things, they would become radioactive too. Maybe they changed it. Maybe the cells aren't radioactive now? Oh, no, they are. Everything is pain! I guess, oh no, now that's radioactive too. Everything's radioactive. Okay, we will stay up here then. But I can see that the cells are coming up strong now, so that means everything's running downstairs. Fantastic. Meaning, we will soon have our first fuel cell being produced in the factory. Whoa, there it is, guys. Our first fuel cell made in the new factory. Oh my goodness. So much power in such a little rectangle. And oh my god, the amount of radiation in these things, man. It's actually gotten crazy. So I've learned something new, and that is the more radioactive material you have stored in a place, like for example a manufacturer, the more the radiation levels around it rise. So before, I could just barely feel the radiation walking across a manufacturer, but now, it's everywhere. And everything is radioactive. Like, look at this. We're at like 25% radiation levels just standing above the manufacturers. Because some of them, or I'd say most of them at this point, are filling up with the uranium cells. And oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. The box. Oh, the box. So, all of our nuclear rods are, what are they called again? Goodness gracious. Nuclear fuel rods are being stored in the one box. And it was a double bin or whatever before, but I switched it over to a single bin because all those rods in there have made this box very spicy. Like, if this remained an industrial and storage container, oh my goodness, I don't even know what to do with it. Like, just walking up to it gives us max radiation. And it has over 100 fuel rods in it now, so I can't imagine how bad it's gonna be when it's full. And you know how I was saying radiation levels increase as more radioactive substances gather? Well, yeah. It's gotten extremely bad, not only in the manufacturing area, but in the entire nuclear power plant itself. Like, I think every floor except for the bottom floor is radioactive now. And I don't think I can do anything about it at this point. Like, I can delete the nuclear fuel rods and, like, move everything. But of course, we're not gonna do that. So, we're just kind of stuck with a radioactive factory here. Like, this is the only bit that's not radioactive right now. Just like this little bit. Essentially one tile. Oh no, wait a second. Okay, a tile and a half. Sorry. And I think the bottom layer is still pretty good too. Let me just double check. Oof. Stop! Let me off. Thank you. Yeah, pretty much the entire bottom layer. Or not. Or not. We have about 3 tiles left over here that's not radioactive. So yeah, it's a little concerning that pretty much this huge box is completely radioactive, but at least it didn't spread to like the highway or something. Because if the highway got radioactive, we'd have a significant problem. Now the only problem is those fuel rods. But we're gonna save that problem for later. Right now, we have a far, far bigger problem. And that is where to build all the reactors. Because with all these manufacturers, we are producing 5.2 nuclear fuel rods per minute. And that can run 26 nuclear reactors at once. 26? Guess how much power that is? Guess. It is 66,000 megawatts or 66 gigawatts. And that is only with one uranium node. So that's pretty wild. Pretty freaking wild. So obviously our big problem is where to build all these reactors. Because my my go-to solution is always just to build up. So we could have like a nuclear spire full of reactors going far, far, far into the sky. And that's one option. But it might not be the best looking option. So another thing we could do is we can kind of like Thanos snap an entire biome and make it an irradiated wasteland full of reactors and nuclear waste. So that's another option. Or perhaps you guys can suggest something entirely different in the comments. But there will be 3 limitations on what I won't do. Number 1 is I don't want to have some kind of like floating sky nuclear thing. That would not look good. Number 2 is I don't want to build over the void. And number 3, can't be anywhere near my base. For the obvious reason of not having my base being an irradiated wasteland. But anyway, that's gonna be all for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and thank you for watching. But have a fantastic rest of your day, and bye-bye.